Hey yo, it's your boy Caleko. You should be able to hear me just fine. Should be able to see me just fine. So how are you doing? I have had quite the adventure this last few days. Uh, I'm just going to jump right into it. Although, as it says on the screen, sponsored in part by Diashine, they send me products that I really like to use, and they give you guys the opportunity to save money on those products through that link down there. I don't make any money off of anything that you purchase. You just save a little bit of money by purchasing the package that I use, which I haven't even put that video out yet. It's coming soon. There are some things that if I can't get them right, I just won't put them out, and that's where I am at right now. Uh, and as far as getting them right, we all know I'm one of those guys that tends to screw up getting things right. How you doing, James Welsh? Fire agate and probably some opal too. I'll be talking about both of them. I'll be showing off a bit of both of them. Um, Fire agate and opal are what's going to be up for sale really soon. This month, here in the next few days, hopefully I'll have a bunch of new stuff hitting the store, and I'll be giving some deals and stuff like that to start making some stuff move, because I need to have some money come in, which is exactly what I was sort of leading into with the mistakes and stuff like that. So I have a lot of product that I stopped selling online in order to sell at one time to one person to get a lump sum of money in, and it wasn't very much money. And I borrowed some money against that idea. And then I waited on a friend that was supposed to help me drive the bus down to sell the stuff in Tampa. And I waited and I waited and I waited, and because of all kinds of stuff that came up, I'm not trying to place any blame on anybody, me or anybody else, although most of the blame should lie on me, the buck stops here type of thing. The bus never made it down there. We never tried. And so just this last weekend, finally, we tried to take the bus down there, and we made it about 100 miles, a little bit over 100 miles, blew a tire, had the main radiator line, which ends up being like a $60 line and had to be special ordered, blow. Had roadside assistance, and then roadside assistance checked out one of our other tires. Like, this tire is at least a decade old. It's cracking out on the sidewalls, hasn't really been taken care of. You're probably going to blow this other one too if you're going the amount of miles you say you're going. So convinced me and the person I was with that that tire wasn't going to make it very, very far. And so needless to say that we made it like, 200 and some change miles round trip, and to put on the tires and with the roadside assistance and everything involved, it cost right about, just under over $1,600, just under $2,000, somewhere in between there. And the reason I don't know the exact number is because I wasn't the one paying all of the bills. A lot of this was a favor, and I was expected to pay them back off of what sold out of the fucking stuff in the bus. And the bus never made it down there because we spent the amount of time it was supposed to take us to drive the bus down there and sell the stuff to this guy at his liquidation store and drive it back. We spent all of that just trying to repair the problems that had happened. Now, the good news is that as far as the radiator and the overheating and the wiring that I'd fixed before we left, and the tires, all of that's great. Like, all of that is great. There's just one major issue that I've worked around at this point that I need to find, what's going on with one of the major lighting systems. But like I said, I've got a workaround on that right now. So the bus is ready for other trips. But it took every penny I had, and like another $1,500 loan from somebody else in order to get me off the side of the road and guarantee that we were going to make it back here. I wasn't even convinced on buying the other tire, but the other party with me was like, I don't want to end up stuck on the side of the road because the other tire blows on our way home. And if we plan on taking this stuff down to Tampa, we're going to need the other tire. So that was a horrendous 3 days. That leads up into here today. You know, yesterday I was cleaning up the house and dealing with a lot of stuff around here. But yeah, that was not fun. That was really, really horrible. And if I would have had a camera crew there, it would have been rather funny. So, being on that, I'm going to move on to the sexy rocks, which are definitely fire agate and opals. And there's a couple of them that I want to touch up. Two of them that I have in mind specifically. One of them is a baby I've been toying with for frickin' years on and off now, to tell you the truth. It's got like this full spectrum of colors going on. And let me go change the camera angles. Oh, this light's not on. Come on, camera, you can focus for me. You like to focus after an hour. Apparently my little box autofocus is not turned on because it's not wanting to show up. So there was a little thing I was like not liking about the way that this top was, and so I went to fix it, and my fixing turned into a bunch of other stuff that now I have like a really bright thin red on top with a sort of really thin or a really small bronze circle in it. So this thing's been worked and played with and worked again, and you can sort of see where the weight line of that color sort of stops when it was going over the edge. Now doesn't mean there's not some more color underneath this orange sort of copper looking line, but the red on top is really, really a magnificent red. That little bronze area right there, I think I can go through that, and there might be another color below the bronze because it's had so many color bars on it. And as you can tell, like from different angles, this thing just shows off like pretty much almost every spectrum of color that is in a fire agate except for blue. Must have touched it with some dust right there. You can see the purple real great. The greens are just magnificent. Hey, Margaret. If anybody's in the room, make sure you type something, because if you don't type it and it doesn't show up on the screen, then I really don't know that you're here and can't say hi to you. Now there's some other imperfections I really wasn't happy to finish this stone out, which you can see down in there. I want to go over that with a 600. It really needs to be brought to a better polish. So really, I want to touch up the top up here. And I want to touch up the sides. And I want to get these creases that are not even at a 600. They got scratches that are a little bit more than a 600. Yeah, this is a rare bird right here as far as fire agate goes, for sure. Hello, Oliver. This is definitely a rare bird as far as fire agate goes, for sure. I'm going to get some water dripping. Where did I put my drink? There it is. Alrighty, today I'm just wanting to use hard burrs. I might do some polishing, but really I'm sort of wanting to just touch up with some hard burrs. I'm going to get everything ready for polish, and then I'm going to finish making the video I would like for my method of using Diashine on these after they're ready for that polishing stage. I've even thought about cutting this stone into 2 separate stones. One there and one here, 2 separate ring stones. Could be 1 big ring, could be 2 rings, could be massive earrings. Could totally make massive earrings out of that. Just realizing I haven't been putting away some of my tools properly, and I'm starting to get them mixed up, which is not a good idea. Trying to fix the camera now. I'm going to make y'all sick. Shoot, I lost it. I was right there. All right, hopefully that's better. I thought I had a great camera angle before. I spent forever making sure the camera angles were right, and then that camera angle was way off. Trying to get inside these crevices is one of the biggest pains when it comes to carving some of these fire agate. You know what? I need to switch my glasses real quick too. That's better. Got my up close glasses on. So I can start to see the bronze going away and more of a yellow showing up, and the yellow is much more attractive than a bronze. Don't want to go too far though, unless I see something else poking out better underneath. But this sort of orange strip right here has not been. Orange is a good color. Bronze strip right here has not been super favorable to me. Earlier I didn't think. Maybe I was wrong then though. I just didn't get the angle quite right. See, what you can't see right now because the bubble is in the way is that I'm using the point of this to draw along the edges. Imagine that if you're carving something like I am like this, that what you're doing is that you are painting in what's already there almost, but in reverse. You're taking away what's there to expose what's below. So instead of trying to force the stone to be what you want, you're trying to see the lines and the creases that are in the stone that the way they want you to follow them. And then if you follow those lines and creases just right and remove the layers just right, then you come out with a magnificent piece. If you try to force the stone to be the shape that you want it to as a piece of fire agate, then you might get lucky. But this is definitely about seeing what the stone wants and then pulling that out of there. Caleko, I have two questions. What state do you live in? Two, I saw a video where the benitoite mine is open to the public for a fee. Have you been there? I have not been to the benitoite mine myself yet. A good friend, or at least I consider him a good friend, Capistrano Mining, he's associated with them and he sells amazing benitoite. And I would love to go out there, but I haven't had the opportunity yet. On the next trips I go out, hopefully I will be able to go out there when, you know, they're doing stuff. But the fee dig for benitoite is the dump piles, like a lot of fee digs would be. It's not quite the mine itself, but it's a great stone. I would be super excited to go out there. Sorry about that. I didn't realize my finger was totally in the way. I can't really tell if that really rough line right there has been cleaned up. This is definitely the right burr for that. But it was so rough. It's the whole reason this thing didn't finish out properly. Well, one of the main reasons. I'm gonna have to go to work on the other one, let this one dry out a little bit so I can check out that lines again. Not that really has been truly discovered and documented. There is no fire agate anywhere but America, in the United States, and Mexico at this point that we know of. Lots of people pretend as if they're pulling fire agate out of the ground out of Canada and out of some northern states. But I have yet to see any evidence that it's fire agate and not just some brown piece of agate that they're trying to act as if that's the same thing, which, you know, banded brown and white and reddish agate is just not the same thing as, you know, a great piece of gem grade fire agate. Gotta have them beautiful layers, man. And that bronze topper, looks like there's red poking out underneath of it. Like I should just keep drawing on that little bronze bit a little bit. Maybe it'll go away. Looks like it goes red, bronze, red. Crazy real cool, man. Check that out after I let it dry for a few minutes. Should pull out my phone. I can see how many people we got in the room. Probably 3 or 4. Me guessing. This is a great piece of fire agate, but it's one of those ones that once again has a thin candy coating of red, and then right below that candy coating of red is a bronze, and the bronze tends to like come through the candy coating of red, which sort of sucks. That part sucks. There's a nice green that's coming out underneath of the bronze, but red is such a great color that, I mean, I'll expose some of the green, but I'm not gonna take the red out just because of the sandwich color I don't like. As far as fire agate goes, to me, bronze is like potch, you know? Some color is better than not having color, but I'd rather not have any bronze if I can avoid it. Whoops, twisting my hand the wrong way again. Sorry, guys. Trying to get that green that's on this edge to sort of show up ringing around the red. And if I can get like a good ring of green around the red, maybe the bronze won't show up so much that's underneath of the red. Once again, I'm doing this each bubble at a time, trying to get that really great shape on there. Get the shape just right, expose the color from all angles. All angles of light will reflect off at least. So I really feel like playing some music, but I really need to record some video. Sort of stuck in a conundrum. I want to get that Twitch channel I've had in my head going, but I don't have the time to dedicate to a Twitch channel the way streamers tend to want to, especially not for DJing music. I mean, wrong, I would love to, I just don't think that it's going to be truly lucrative in the beginning, especially. Dang, man, it does not want to give me that drip edge. It wants to give me lines right there. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to make it down there in a couple of weeks. I'm having financial issues right now as far as it goes, just because of what the fiascos and situations I've let myself get into, like with the bus and stuff I said earlier. Y'all like fire agate? Now's about to be the time to buy, and I'm about to finish my opals up and get them ready out for purchase too. That's giving me a better look. Sorry, I didn't realize I was so high. That's giving me a better look that I want on the edge of that stone, creeping up on it, being green, and then you can really see the color change right there into red. Looks much better like that than it did before. Oh, I wish this was on a piece of wood. These nails cramp my hands because they're so close together. Oh yeah, there's totally a glitch going on. Who is me replying to you? Type your name. Is it Margaret? Is Margaret replying? Oh, it's me replying to you. Yeah, I don't think it really shows somebody else's name. I've never seen that happen before. That's definitely given the red a better shine. Nope, not me, says Margaret. Oh, I could see it with my naked eye, man. This is really brightening this stone up. This was a better idea instead of just fixing that line. The whole stone is starting to show that red way better once this bronze around the edges is starting to be taken away and the green is really starting to reflect really nicely. I just need to just nip all that away right there. Yeah, 3 days on the side of the road fixing stuff and dealing with trying to get parts and buy tires and negotiate prices and services. Man, that sucks. It really does. And there's no way in hell I can put a tire on and off the bus on my own. I can change a car tire. If these guys that are showing up with a tool to change this bus tire, I need to put a bunch of stuff and invest a whole bunch of money in tools. Although, also I've learned that if my bus is going to be parked, I need to cover the tires and armor all them. A lot. Yeah. Some people say nice things. I'm definitely one of those people that talks about things I plan on doing. Lots of people talk about things they're like never really plan on doing. I always want to do the things I'm talking about. I'm like dreaming about doing them as I'm talking about them. Doesn't mean I'm actually going to make it around to doing them, but I sure would like to. And maybe that's the same way as with a bunch of other people too. So at the same time, it's not like I've been financially there to go ahead and fund that yet. Time to start producing content people will watch. Because, you know, this sort of stuff has a very, very selective is the wrong word. It's a very niche genre right here. Carving fire agate and stuff. Digging for gemstones, not as much. The treasure hunt, not as much. But the craftsmanship and workmanship, not shot or produced in a truly artistic style, yeah, this is definitely not for everybody. Please stop replying to me, just reply in general. Whatever, man. I think this stone, I just need to trim up the edges and maybe make it a little bit tighter. It's such a nice sized stone. It really does not want to give me the peak I want to see out of it. I know that green is there. I see it under that bronze and red. Does not want to give it to me though. Hey Catfish, how you doing, buddy? Thank you, Armin. And that edge has been such a pain in the ass showing the green the way I wanted it to. It didn't do it pretty much. I lost the whole round of that. That whole bulbous red is gone now. I feel like that was just a waste of some of my burr. I was hoping to have another green popping out like that right here, but it really didn't happen that way at all. I mean, I didn't totally lose color or anything, but still just did not turn out at all the way I wanted it to. Yeah, I'm probably not going to chase that green down so hard now. Not on this stone. Oh, why can't you go play with your rocks, Catfish? What happened? Margaret, if your friend still wants to buy an opal, my Ethiopians are pretty much about to be ready. Well, I think I addressed most of the stuff in this stone besides just reshaping the outside of it, making it a little bit smaller. There's not a lot of extra on the edges of it. Dry it off my shirt real quick. Yeah, I don't know why somebody else has your name and stuff. Go ahead and refresh your thing. I've never seen that happen before, bud. Yeah. I think that's good enough to go ahead and take that to polish for later. Where's something else I need to play with? No, I don't really need to play with this one. This one would just be a bunch of work. I think I'm just going to end up selling this one cheap to somebody. Because all those different lines at one angle, you can't see any color. When you get it at a different angle, it totally reflects the color. Each one of those little stages is just another layer of fire agate that it's got to catch it at the right color. It's orange or green or red, or those are the colors in this stone. I don't think I'm going to mess with that one. That one's asking too much. I'll just leave that the way it is. Now this one, this little bad boy and this little bad boy used to be together. This is the end of this pendant. It's carved on it a little bit. It used to be bronze. You might have another piece of it somewhere too. Now think about it. The bronze covering up neon green. Although I should use some that's not such a fine tip point. There are lots of other ones that aren't fine tips anymore. I use those tips, burn them out. Oh no, staying in bed. Horrible. Beds and wheelchairs put us in graves faster. But if your feet are all swollen up, there's not much you can do about it. Doctor's advice and all. So if you didn't catch the beginning of the stream, I was crying about my rotten luck and poor planning and how I put myself in a horrible situation, and now I'm paying for it with the bus and not being able to get the product out of it and to the person that was interested in buying it so they could put it in their resale store. But the bus has 2 new tires on it and a brand new radiator hose. $60 radiator hose, because you know it's a bus. It's almost ready for a big long trip. I'm fantasizing about going out west again this winter. Who is James Welsh? Is this the same James Welsh or the other James Welsh? Do you have James Welsh's name? Dude who asked, did you stop doing the flipping? Type your screen name or what it's supposed to be, because on my screen it shows as James Welsh. The last dude that just left was complaining about that. Will the real James Welsh please stand up? Margaret fucking nailed that and got it before I even thought about it. Good job, Margaret. You get a fucking brownie point for that one for sure. That's a funny, good one. James Welsh. No, I'm not doing any flipping at the moment. Just got the whole freaking song running through my head. Why were you needing to unload a U-Haul, Catfish? You moving? It's looking pretty now. Nope, it's telling me there's a red underneath there, but it might be a bronzish red. The green is really pretty. I can go ahead and trim that into a stone and just polish it pretty much the way it sits now. Oh, I'm sorry, Catfish. That's horrible, buddy. Now this one. This one. I need to just put this on a saw. Yep, need to put the saw together and just run this through the saw. Cut it into 2 different stones. Top stone and a bottom stone. That or might be able to cut it with this other one. Oh, where's it at? I would definitely need to put my mask on for this, though. Yeah, screw it. Let's go for it. Let's cut it up, man. Cut it up. Yeah, I'll bet, man. There's no way to take that shit easy. That kind of shit will kill you. My fucking dog or cat dies, I almost die for it. I can't imagine my fucking children, bro. Yeah, it's the shit you don't even think about. You know, regardless, 2 banger stones right there make easy range stones. Yeah, right? It's hard on me too, but I'm not the mother, exactly. Shit, your stepdaughter, you know, I mean, hard on you, but the other one's got to be murder on. No other way to really describe it. Murder on your soul. Oh man, what's going on with my ear? Keep having massive ear pain. This stuff started when I got poisoned. It just hasn't gotten better. I'm trying to see if I can get that color change really to show up real good to where if I can get green on like one side and then I turn it, it's like totally purple on another side like that. I went in for a job interview at a place I'd already had a job and I knew I'd get hired real easily, and when I was walking into the building they had a... Actually, you know what? I got poisoned by a company when I went in for a job interview. I shouldn't say much more than that because I do have an attorney now and all that kind of jazz, so I should just let that whole thing fucking play out and hope they can pay for my doctor bills, and hopefully I can get a little bit of compensation for it. Let's just hope for that much, you know? Oh, there, it's starting to get there. Starting to get that photogenic look about it, isn't it? So yeah, to keep the lights on, I'm about to be selling a whole bunch of rocks. Gotta be moving them. Some rocks I'm not trying to sell for super cheap prices, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta put the work in yourself. Some of the stuff I already put the work into, I want that right price. Because I wouldn't mind wearing some of this stuff myself, tell you the truth. But I'm a firm believer that, man, fire agate deserves gold even more than opals do. Fire agates are forever, or can be. It's a good question. What I've learned is that a lot of people that get endangered or hurt, unless they have already been in scenarios like this, don't tend to do anything about it or make anybody else do anything about it as far as it goes with the companies and stuff like that. Poor people just let it go and try to survive and move on. That's what I've found. Because that's what I've done and almost everybody around me's always done.
Brush your shoulders off, boy. Pick yourself up. Act like a man. Keep on going, damn it. Ain't no time for no fucking crying. Pick your ass up and go. Don't make me kick you in your ass. This is the shit we have in our heads, too, after a certain period of time. And don't get me wrong, it's both good and bad to have that shit in your head. Well, I tell you what, man, that type of thought process has kept me from getting knocked out. Literally, I got sucker punched once, and I could feel myself like going down a hallway. I was like feeling like I was falling. Like there was just this split second of that shit's not happening to me, and it was like I grabbed the light and pulled myself forward, and literally like was not passing out, and came forward yelling, "You punch like a bitch!" and swinging at this guy who I had no idea who he was because I was walking out of a bathroom and I just got sucker punched, but I knew I got hit. So I came out of there looking like a soldier when everything was said and done, which is pretty funny because the end of that story is me and my buddy got to go home with a couple of strippers after they closed the strip club down, and that other dude went home in handcuffs. We definitely got some color changing going on with this one. Ooh, look at that. Felix, you're trying to ruin my live stream, damn it. What are you doing, bully cat? He obviously hasn't gotten enough attention, so he's over here to fuck shit up. He's a chef, he's security, he's the king. Yeah, I like that. When here's another story I haven't told anybody. I should make a video. When I was 16 years old, I got stabbed on the bus on a city bus, and I was bleeding out of my chest, and my white shirt was covered in blood. And I walked up to the bus driver and asked for help. Asked if she had anything to help me stop the bleeding. I specifically said, "Do you have anything to help me stop the bleeding?" And she said no and kept on driving. And she had seen this whole interaction happen. A bunch of people on the bus had seen me get stabbed. And I had to get off the bus, call an ambulance, and then ride an ambulance to the emergency room to get stitches. And I was 16 years old. My grandparents didn't do shit about suing, and there was a camera on that bus. My dumb ass didn't even know I ever could have sued them until I was like 24, 25 years old. Like, I told this story to somebody. They were like, "What? You should be rich. You should have got millions for that. You asked for help and they didn't even stop the bus and call the police?" I was like, "No." You know, the things you find out that you were just completely ignorant of. I think I'm getting close to being done tooling with this. It majorly shows up as a green, but then when you turn it, there's blues and purples totally poking through. Purple by itself and blue, I've found, is so angular. I'm just lightly caressing it and letting the colors just do their thing, because, I mean, it's just a banger, man. It really is. It's just a banger. It's playing off my eyes with purples and teals and blues and greens and yellow. I mean, I know I got a bunch of color bars playing through this, though, because of that edge. Ooh, my fingers are cramping from holding such a tiny little rock. Holding stuff like this with my fingers, man, after I damaged them digging. Oh! No, stay down, Felix. I got any drum and bass heads on here right now, or is everybody just the rock and gem style ones? Rock and gemstone peoples. I know my main demographic on this channel is not into the music that I like. They'll tolerate it for me. Honestly, this stone looks so good in person, but I think it looks better on camera than it looks in person. The purples and blues are really, really showing up in the lens really, really great. To my naked eye, it's like an edge of purple with like a teal. Man, I really like that. I really like that because with the naked eye, the greens and the blues are showing up, but it's really the purple is really showing up and the blues are really showing up because the green is reflecting around it so brightly. Like, I feel like if I get rid of all the green, the purple is going to be like the purple up here. It's going to be very angular, whereas if I leave it and there is a color change aspect to it because of the way these layers are playing with each other, I'm going to have a brighter stone that upon inspection is a really cool looking stone. Like when you take it to magnification, it's going to be even cooler because you're going to be seeing these blues and purples leak through this green and yellow. Felix, get down. What are you doing? You're such a pain in the ass, kitty. Felix, get down! What are you doing?
Are you not getting no love? Are you not in the middle of what you're breaking my freaking, you literally damaged that. Get out of here. Dude, that area is not for you to walk on, man. That area is not for you to walk on, man. You want the warm lights and the fun, huh? Get out of here. Yeah, so he just knocked that down and damaged it a little bit, but really right behind here, there's like these great, fantastic specimens I really don't want him damaging. I'm really glad I put them the way I did, and they're not easily knocked downable. He's a bully cat. I think he might be part Maine Coon. He's super fluffy, and he's getting big. And he doesn't chitter all that much, but he talks all the damn time. And he's like part of dog. He really is part of dog. So this one should have some blues under it too. I gotta go potty real quick, so I'm gonna put you guys on the starting. Actually, you know what? I'll just leave it right here. I'll be right back in just a second. And I'm gonna turn my mic off so you don't have to hear splashing. Felix is all in my shit. Talking about pain in the ass. Pets, my husky is considered a double coat husky. He's shedding all over my house. Clothes, gets it in our food. Yeah, you got to brush your husky twice a day, bud. That's what you're going to have to start doing, especially during switching seasons when they're growing coat or losing coat, especially when they're losing coat. Right now, they should be starting to grow coat, though. Let's go fishing, Caleko. Would love to, diverse fisherman. Just let me know where to meet you. As long as it's right around the corner from my place. I live in great fishing area, man. Like, come down to where I'm at. Like, take me fishing. I'll go. Felix has one of those triple coats. He's got 3 coats going on. You try to get this cat wet, the water will not stick to him at all. The only way I've been able to bathe him when we had a flea thing going on was I would put Dawn on him and I would rub it into his coat, and then I'd put water on him, and then that would cut through his ability for his coat to shed the water. He's so thick. But I have to brush him every 2 days minimum. It's better if I brush him every day with 2 different brushes. Otherwise, he has fur flying everywhere. I have to vacuum my house constantly. And I really notice it anytime I wear a dark shirt. If I wear a dark shirt, then, I've got freaking white cat hair all over me. But he's the next best thing I could have ever gotten next to Chloe. I mean, or next to another dog. I mean, he's so dog-like, and his companionship is epic. It really is. He wakes me up a lot of times in the morning. He'll sleep on my chest purring and stuff like that. Like, he's really freaking cool as far as cats go. He's absolutely amazing. Diverse Fisherman, I am in Florida right now. I sound like I'm from California. I'm from Portland, Oregon originally, but I've lived in Florida mostly for the last 20 years. So we've worked on some pretty stones so far, getting them ready for the pre-polish. I have a smiley face on this one. I have this great red background, and then it's red, and it's just got like this little bronze like mouth going around it. It's so funny. It was totally copper and bronze in there, and then I went going at the bronze, and it started turning red, but there's still little lines of bronze in there I wasn't quite able to get out. But I don't want to lose the red around it because it's so great. And then once this gets polished, it's got this really great green with a red swirl, and it's got this really fiery red with sort of a yellow, and it's got a purple and green and yellow and a purple. I mean, this stone is so freaking banging that I really want to keep that top as red as it can be to have that great color. And I mean, the only thing this is missing is one of these bubbles to be like neon blue or something, and then it's really got everything. Yeah, big old bug eyes for sure. Another one we just worked on. And I think I'm going to take the edges off of it a little bit, and then once we come to polish again, after I lose the edges, it'll be mainly green with a nice red on top. Should be a really nice stone. All these stones are great sizes for ring stones, especially if you go to a jewelry store and you see what most people have for ring stone sizes. These are much, much bigger. This will make a nice stone too. Didn't totally get the 100% uniform color, but it still doesn't really matter, man. As far as most fire agate, the fire agate I'm carving here, guys, we already know is superior to what you typically see on the market. I am, when it comes to trying to carve, we want to be artists. We don't want to just sit in the groove of being mediocre and selling stones that are passable. We want, you know, people to see the stuff that we get done doing and definitely see it as an art form. I see it as an art form. I'm not going to be so concerned with something I don't see as an art form. So this one right here, I can put some purple on this one too. You know, I can definitely add some purple into that green. And that green is really great, but that sort of color changey purple thing going on is pretty freaking wicked dope. So I think I should do that to this. What do you guys think? I'm going to set these here for 1 second, and I am going to do a dab real quick. I have a license. It's legal. Give me 1 second while I turn my mic off real quick. I have a license, so it's okay. Excuse me while I hack up a lung. More. All right. Felix is bothering me because he wants treats. There you go, fat cat. I'm going to do a cooking show with Felix. Because I can't cook anything without him checking every single ingredient. He has to smell everything. I even let him smell onions one day. That was a mistake. I knew they couldn't eat them, but I didn't realize letting him take a sniff of them because he was bothering me so bad would be that bad for him. Yeah, don't let your cat smell onions. It was pretty bad on him. Stainless Trails, I was born in Portland too, my friend. Just touching up, Pauls. We're about to touch up another piece, but yeah, the coloring has been epic. I've been touching up some good stuff. Like you guys know, though, man, I'm all about carving it to be really, really good stuff, which is why I'll touch something up over and over and over again. I mean, this stone has literally gone through carving stages for years now. Like it's been carved on like 9 times over 3 years. But it hasn't been totally fucked up. And it's going to be an amazing stone. Like this is a, you know, this is as far as fire agate goes. This stone right here is pretty freaking ridiculous. Earlier when dude's like, don't reply to me, just reply. I'm like, fuck are you telling me how to talk? That's exactly what I'm trying not to say. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, oh, okay, well, somebody else has your name too. Okay, no big deal, but I'm sorry it says like that, yet at the same time, so that other people watching this in the future or, you know what's going on when I'm saying things, I definitely tend to just respond to the person I'm responding to. Although, I'll tell you what, man, if you get me just a little bit the wrong direction on any one thing, I will have no problem fucking destroying you on it. Like, especially on the internet. Like, I have such a short fuse for general stupidity on Facebook now that anytime people are sort of like pushing those buttons on me, intentionally or not, I just sort of tend to come unglued and be like, hey, fuck you, I'm not dealing with this shit, get lost. Sort of did it to somebody who thought he was like sending something or something that I would be into. I haven't even looked at it after everything's said and done, but ended up being a whole bunch of miscommunication, and inside all that miscommunication, I end up with a major attitude over the whole thing. Which, one of the things he said was, oh man, you lose fans like this, and I'm like, well, I don't need fans. Viewers, sure, fans, no, you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. I don't need people, like, showing up my house randomly or anything like that. Ooh, I'm not seeing that same blue come underneath this one, though. And actually, through these other layers that are on this side, I'm not seeing any of that purple or blue. And I can see bronze and yellow. No blue, no purple. I'm almost thinking I might not want to touch this one now. I might have been wrong. This one might just need to be left the way it is, trimmed. Nice saginite look in the center of it. There's definitely more layers. Yeah, man, I love rock hounding. I like digging. I like mining better than those two. Like, legitimately pulling stone out of the ground, being able to use proper tools and stuff like that. That's really where it's at. Yeah, man. This piece doesn't look like, even though they were attached, it doesn't look like it's carrying the same exact color lines that the other one was. For sure it doesn't. Like, now I'm seeing nice, there you go. You guys are catching the bars. So I got a super huge bronze bar right on that edge right here, which is exactly what it shows like. It's the end of yellow right there, and then it sort of goes bronze. And it's like big on that edge. Like, I can go ahead and take that apart and it'll be green, but that's like 2 millimeters of that I'm gonna have to go through to get to that green. And then under that green, it's bronze and then green. There's definitely no blue. I don't see any purple either. When you think you know where something's going, it can make you want to sort of hurry and just, instead of just nicely taking away, relieving the colors that you want from the stuff that you don't want. And that can be a problem. Make it get you to start pushing and deciding you know how the stone is going to be instead of just rubbing it away, basically. Give it a good rub down. Getting there. Starting to see the green pop through that orange now. More of a bronze than an orange, but it's sort of an orange bronze on that one. As soon as that thing poked out right there, super neon right on that edge, and I'm just trying to hit the angles that I'm seeing the bronze from and not the angles I'm seeing the green from, so I can get the proper shape. Hopefully leave all that color there. Oh, my fingers are cramping again. It's one thing about having it on a thick dop stick. Thick dop sticks help keep your fingers from cramping when you're holding this stuff. Think of it like, you know, when you eat Captain Crunch when you were a kid and you'd mess your mouth up and you'd have like a pink piece of hanging skin on your cheek. And so you keep playing with that one little piece of skin and nothing else around it. You got to think about it like that when you got like a piece of bronze and you know that has some color there. And you just keep playing with the bronze and just circular light motions just on top of the bronze until it starts disappearing like this, that piece right there. That's what I'll do on there. Just real lightly. Not pushing down, not thinking about removing it. Just go ahead and keep playing with it, lightly buffing it. But you got to make sure you're getting the right layer too. And then you go too far and it could very well be bronze right under there and you're taking it away. So this is right when you're right on top of the color too. Sometimes I can't tell if that's under or on top of. I need to get a magnifier and I can tell if that bronze is under or on top. If it's on top, I want to take it away. If it's under, I just want to leave it alone and not play with it anymore. Such a great gemstone that those little bits of bronze right there are totally be missed. Yep, let me grab my magnifying. Well, it looks like it's underneath. The green's on top. And I really need to clean this. Yeah, since the green's on top, I don't want to mess with that crease anymore. Looks like it might have been digging from getting some of the white out right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and dot the top of this and then cab it out. And then once I get it at the proper cab shape for the color that's there, I'll mark it first and then I'll dop it and then I'll cab it out. And then I'll polish it after that. No point to taking something to polish and then go and take it on your wheels and make a mistake and have to fix the mistake you made. I did that on, you know what, the stone I should carve next. Although I have a bunch of text messages coming, I should probably check. No, those text messages don't matter. They can wait. Where is the alligator or crocodile? Is he not docked? I thought he was docked. Excuse me while I try and find a... Oh, I see where he is. Good thing I went and switched the camera. Switching the camera helped me find him. Here he is. Focus, fucker. Come on. There we go. He's waxy. He's green. He's got a little bit too much brown on his head still right here. The crease in there is no good. And I accidentally marked him up when I was shaping it out. Excuse me. Looking for my fine tip Sharpie real quick. And I can't find it anywhere. Just should have left that wide shot on. Huh. Dang it, man. There we go. I found one I think works. Alright, so not really happy with there. Whoops, didn't mean to draw up there like I did. Alright, I think that should tell me enough. While the water's on it, be enough directions. Is it not updating or something? Nobody's said anything in a while. I would hate for it to be frozen and me not known. Keep doing stuff as if it's not. Let me go check the internet. Nope, it's working. Says we still got 3 people in here. Howdy, 3 people. Probably still have a couple hundred watch it by tomorrow. I definitely need to change the monetization on watching it afterwards, though, because the way it's set up right now, everybody watches it and there's no commercials, even for like first 24 hours after I get done posting it. And there's no commercials in it while it's live because of the setup I'm using. Doesn't post commercials even though it should. There's no monetization from it. I need to start selling y'all some rocks again. Or somebody. Margaret's not allowed to buy anything that's not finished. Said, nope, we were just quiet. Yep. Thanks for saying stuff, guys. Appreciate it. So this one had a couple of spots that I nicked on it, and then once I nicked it, I had thought it was ready for its final polish, and it really wasn't anyways. There were still a couple of spots that I had not quite gotten to good enough. The crease in this neck didn't really transition very good with the light, and that's sort of a big deal with how fire agate the color plays. And then there's this brown spot on the nose. Sorry, it's focusing on my hand, not the stone. There's this brown spot on here I need to get rid of. It's like messing up how the green plays back instead of it being a full bright green. It's one of those things, fine line between exposing the color just right and making the color disappear forever. Ah. Oh, maybe I should look at the TV screen. I'm so focused on the stone, and my eyes are starting to play tricks on me. Like too focused on the moving, bouncing thing. Oh, I feel that, Margaret. But I was just meaning because of all the rocks you've bought for me in general. But yeah, I totally feel that. I'm in that same scenario right there. I think there's a bunch of us that are. Right around the corner from going and getting a cooking job. I thought I was going to be managing an office for a minute, at least for a little while. But that fell through pretty fast, and I should have expected that knowing who I was talking to. Just one of those things, like an off-the-hand statement somebody says that's an offer that you would usually appreciate, or something that person's just talking. Kept talking to them thinking it was serious, and at some point I realized this person just talks about that kind of shit. Like, it doesn't mean nothing to other people when they're saying it to them. That one brown layer does not want to fucking go away from me. It's driving me absolutely insane. I just want it to go away and give me just a pure green. Frickin' alligator face head thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is waiting to just be carved into an alligator body finished. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it looks like I just might have to accept that when I'm looking at it under magnification. It looks like it's just part of that color layer, and that I should have just left the. It's fine. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get rid of it. Yeah, funerals are expensive as hell. Yeah, whatever. Sometimes I just gotta accept that there's things on these I won't be able to fix or make it the way I think it should be, because they just don't go that way sometimes. I've ruined plenty of stones thinking I was going to be able to make it look all uniform, and it just wasn't possible on some stones. Some stones it is, and it's just some color bars too. Just trying to get rid of those flat spots that I accidentally made on there without losing the color. It looks like I did. Flat spots definitely look like that. Yeah, that one looks like it used a little bit more, but that probably needs to be taken down anyways, because I think this is, I'm going to trim off. That's part of the agate, and the color really starts right there anyways. And if you look at the way this looks, if I trim off this, it really looks like an alligator sort of turning its head. So if I lose that, and I lose that little piece right there, it should be way easier to sort of set as looking like an alligator, right? Definitely looks like an alligator to me. Crocodile, either one. Oh no, mom fell again. That sucks. Yeah, my great uncle got COVID. My great uncle I was just living with my great aunt, my great uncle. It's apparently increased his ability to forget things. He forgets things quicker now and more. So that sucks. It's hard for my great aunt to deal with. showing off what we touched up tonight. Actually, maybe I should just like lay it all out right there or something. Oh, you know they look better laying with you got a perfect shot of them than they do right here anyways, but tonight's live stream is definitely a smoke show of beautiful stones that will be up for sale real soon for anybody that watches the video afterwards or watching it now. Maybe I need to come up with some sort of lottery way for people to get a good stone, or I don't know, every time I ever try to figure that stuff out, it always seems like I have to give way more than I can receive on that one. Whereas I think every time like professionals do that sort of shit, it's the opposite. Like they'll give you the opportunity to buy a ticket to win a car, and then they'll sell like, you know, $60,000 worth of tickets and it's a $10,000 car. For me, it's typically the opposite. Yeah, my great uncle has not been having a great time of it, but like I said, neither is my great aunt who lives with him. It has not been easy for them. So I think I'm done carving stones for tonight. I'm gonna play some music. I keep an eye out for the posts that I put in the community and stuff like that. And when I make posts that aren't actually videos, or maybe I'll just make a short video or something directing people to the Twitch channel for me to post up my live DJ sets that I'm going to be doing. Because if I do them just right on Twitch, I can monetize them. In no way is that possible on YouTube, and nobody's barely ever checked out my DJ videos consistently on YouTube, meaning that they really don't grow at all, whereas on Twitch there's that possibility. So, whoa, that wasn't supposed to happen. I don't know how that camera turned off, but, or maybe it's maybe the cam link gave up or something, I'm not sure. My face cam is off. Anyways, that's no big deal. I'll just go ahead and do that. I mean, I can do that, no problem. I mean, actually, that worked well enough drawing it back. There's no reason I couldn't do it like that if I wanted to, as long as I kept it, you know, right on the spot I generally want it to be on. Moving it moves it. Sort of self-explanatory there. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you were here just to see some pretty stones, I hope you liked the stones you saw. If you're here to learn something, I hope you learned a little bit. If you're one of my regulars, I probably didn't say anything you haven't heard 50 or 60 times yet. if you carve fire agate, you already know how taxing it can be on you mentally, on the guessing and stuff like that. And anytime the guessing gets too deep or something changes, I like to grab some sort of magnification and check it out. That's the best thing you can do, because really we're trying to guess layers. And even with these fire agates that I've been seeing selling out of Mexico recently that look like the eyes, and they've gotten really good at carving the tears on them because of how thin the color bars are. They're doing it the same way in that they're just trying to remove what they don't want. Anytime it gets to something they do want, then they leave that and they start removing the stuff that they don't want. And that's really the best way to do it with fire agate. If you want to carve the best colorful stone, just leave whatever's good's there and go after the stuff that you hate. So I love y'all for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of the support that I have gotten from you over the years, and I am going to be producing more stuff. The fiasco I had this last week has really put a giant cramp in the plans that I had, because it literally cost me thousands of dollars that I don't have and now I owe. The plans are to make another trip down this weekend. So I'm not sure how the videos are going to go this next week. I'll do what I can. Hell, maybe I will post some videos of the trip and the bus and stuff that has nothing to do with mining, because I do that shit sometimes. And I mean, 100 views, 200 views, it's all the same right now. I really don't expect it, unless I'm putting out consistent quality content, that anybody's really sharing it very much. So, you know, when it's videos like this that only certain people are interested in, it's no big deal to me, and I don't push for them to be shared. Now, the videos that I put a bunch of work into and there's a bunch of good information, those ones I want to be pushed out all the time and everywhere. So 3 times magnifying would be for while you're working, but for like checking layers and stuff like that, you're going to want to get a 10-time magnification. Let's see. All right, guys. I love y'all for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will see you soon. I will post up a video of some sort if you're interested in any of the DJ mixing I'm going to be doing, which is going to be a lot of new music and some of the old music that I've purchased. But it's also going to be a lot of new music, drum and bass, breakbeats, house, really raver style, and I've changed the channel's name. It is raver underscore flavor underscore radio. And that's on Twitch. That's where that's going to be. So I love y'all for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.